Safety first. As per the last census, the Indian workforce is over 400 million strong. By 2024, that number could very well cross 600 million, a 39.1% of the total Indian population. Over 42% work in heavy industries, use heavy machines, cope industrial hazards. A 17% of India's GDP comes from manufacturing industries. Safety is the first aid of the uninjured. Safety tops all the priorities in industrial sector. Worldwide, we have 340 million occupational accidents and 160 million victims of work-related illnesses annually. 6,000 die every day. Safety is a challenge. Be it any industry, organization, or an employee, everyone needs to be safe. Humans do, machines do. Industrial safety parameters are getting complex with each passing day. Elimination of industrial hazards is a dire necessity. Prevention of work-related injury is a prerequisite. Ask Abhinav Dar, a manager from one of the Fortune 100 companies, who lost his employee to a fatal industrial accident. His workers lost morale. His company lost productivity by 20%. Questions stare right into our eyes. How to be safe? What is the solution? Who can keep us safe? Well, maybe God can, but we try too. We provide solutions. We help keep the industry safe and give you round-the-clock visibility of your assets. Maybe God can, but we try too. We provide solutions. We help keep the industry safe and give you round-the-clock visibility of your assets. We are the Hacklab Solutions. We follow a 360-degree approach, considering all the three dimensions of safety implementation: management, machines, and workers. With advancement of AI, next-gen automation is all about machines and humans coexisting, each taking care of the other. Our aim, hence, is safety for productivity. We use IoT hardware integration with sharp AI edge processing, real-time environment monitoring, data insights, and worker safety profiling. We estimate risk, employ professionals, analyze scenarios, and provide solutions. Our systems can predict failures, warn you, and take action. Our suite of tracker products cater to major Fortune 500 companies and several industrial sectors ranging from FMCG, logistics, mining to metals, and manufacturing. Our safety product verticals include collision avoidance system, pedestrian alert system, AI-based compliance monitoring, safety interlocks, and smart traffic management system. Our security product verticals include tracker tags, smart tracker cam, tracker PA system. We have been recognized as the best Indian startup in the automation domain by Technovation Awards conducted by India Electronics and Semiconductor Association, IESA. We won the award for the Best Company and Innovation Showcase category by SIC IIT Kharagpur. We have gained trust of clients like Unilever, ITC, Hindalco Industries, and top Fortune 500 companies availing our products and services.
If you think safety is just about hard hats and high-vis, think again. Academia has a massive role to play. Welcome back to Part 2 of the Hacklab podcast. Missed Part 1? Catch up on Dr. O.P. Krishna's journey in transforming Tata Steel's safety culture. But today we're shifting gears. We're exploring how academia shapes safety in engineering. How well do safety principles integrate into education? What gaps exist between industry needs and what students learn? Join us as Dr. Krishna reveals how institutions like IIT Kharagpur can make safety fundamental. Ready? Let's jump right in.
Be conscious of your time and everybody's time. Let us just switch gear a little bit. The OB, the operations person, OB, the safety person, how he convinced, this is not OB. It is giving elements for everybody listening to this. What are the elements which are involved here? But I also would like to hear more from a very odd combination, OB the academician. That is what I think we have been talking in a few of our podcasts, how academics in India today, especially the engineers being educated, how much they lack understanding of safety and what can we do about it. That's the place where I would like to pitch. Can we move there unless Vikram has anything else to talk about these operations and safety? I would like to focus on the academics part. This is where the
So,
enriching experience will come.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
In
Obi?
fact, Vikram, maybe next 6 months, I am going to publish a book,
Oh,
a storyline. See, IT professors publish high technical books.
right.
No, safety management, my whole journey of safety management, how it started, how I could convert the organizations, how the academia can help, combining all these things in terms of story. The purpose of this book is, see, I've seen, even now I'm seeing many small scale industries, many medium scale industries don't have access to real safety. Even many big industries do not know the right direction how to move. This book, which I'll write, a series of books will come on this,
Yes, sir.
will help these industries without going to a consultant,
Yes.
without formal training, by implementing the things which I mentioned there. Then the safety management explained in a very detailed way. By going through, they'll be able to do their own people and get the benefit out of it.
Sure.
Perfect, sir. I think that is the need of the hour because
That's the need of
it
the
should not only be formal engineering. It should become the intuition of the people, like how it should happen, what they should do. I think stories are the way of going ahead. And
This
in your
inspiration came to me this month only. I went to
okay,
DRDO Chandipur. So they are conducting some workshop. They want me as the chief guest of that function and speak 2 hours to all the scientists, many people,
right,
on the safety management for DRDO. The director was there, many people were there. After in the keynote speech as a chief guest, I was observing one person very concentratedly hearing. Then after that, again he sat in the whole 2 hours. He heard, he interacted. My lectures will be not from the podium.
right,
I'll be moving with the people with the headphone and keeping talking. You will not see more than 1 or 2 slides.
right.
So he came to me after that. Sir, did you write any book? I said, no, I have not written, but thinking, sir, these 2 hours what you spoke, if I put you in the form of book, that will be very useful to the people.
True.
For knowing, implementing, taking the safety management. Why don't you do that? He said, can I ask for your introduction? He said, I am additional director of DRDO. And Dr. Sengupta, did you write book? He's a computer science engineer.
Right.
Going to retire shortly, within a year or 2 years. Did you write books? Sir, I written 12 books. So I'll help you. I'll guide you. Then will you send some books which you have written? I came here and he said, can you suggest some simple books on safety? Simple books on safety are not there.
Right.
But I'll send you some management books on safety.
Right.
So I know some books. I know those authors also. So I suggested. He was very happy. He said, sir, I am sending some of my books to you. Then we had many discussions. Then I thought I should write a book, storyline book with pictures, good pictures. Anybody read the book of Naidu on Lighthouse? He had written a book on. I came up on a lighthouse on Ratan Tata. He had written.
Okay.
Ratan Tata had given the introduction.
Yeah,
Very-
I heard about the book. I have not read. Yeah.
I impressed the way he had written, the pictures he had put. So I wanted to write in that passion.
Good.
So many things will come. Let me tell
Motivating,
you
sir.
the academic part.
Yeah. Move to academics, and what we three would like to hear from you is how you moved into academics, why academics. Second, what do you think the current academics contribution to safety in general is? From an engineering, manufacturing people, what academics is doing today, and how that can change or how that should change. Third, for doing that, what are the possibilities? What are the suggestions from your own experience? What do you suggest? I know IIT Kharagpur is exceptional, but there are many engineering colleges, many students, many academic institutions, even professors. They have absolutely no clue on safety. So how can we help them? How can institutes help them do it better? Let us move in that direction.
Okay.
IIT Kharagpur example will help, but that has to inspire other people to do it. Am I correct, Vikram? You want to add to anything to that?
What has been your experience with academics, and especially when we deal with the regulatory bodies and things like that?
If I don't cover that, Vikram, remind me.
Sir.
See, I want to have doctorate to my name. That was my aspiration, because my mentor was Dr. Irani, the managing director of Tata Steel. Always I want to have doctorate to my name. So I did my MTech part-time in NIT,
Okay.
Jamshedpur, with great difficulty. Then I was in such positions I could not concentrate on education. But always my desire is to go to have a doctorate degree before I leave Tata Steel. And I
Right.
should go to IIT and transform my thinking to the academics. That was my vision, my thinking. So 10 years before I retired, I started. I was guest lecturer in IIT Kharagpur. I used to come for assessment. I used to come for panel discussion associated with IIT Kharagpur. Then I told one of the HOD of the industrial systems engineer, Mr. Vijay Kumar, Dr. Vijay Kumar, my desire to do PhD. I said, we would like to entertain, which is your field? I want to do in ergonomics. So he had introduced to some professors. That one professor agreed, okay, we'll do. So that's how I completed my PhD. It took 7 years.
You did it while working?
One semester I had to be here, rest of the semesters from working.
Okay.
Because my PhD was not complete, I accepted the extension of 1 year in Tata Steel.
Okay.
Finally, I got my degree in 2013. So when I went to write the written test for PhD,
Right.
the formalities and the rules are same for everybody. Your age, your designations doesn't make any difference in the academics. When I went to write the written test, because I was going to IIT Kharagpur earlier also, the lady faculty who was the invigilator, she stood up. She thought I came for something else. Ma'am, I came for writing the written test. Exam. Then I have so many pleasant stories.
Right.
I sat with the BTech students in some of the credits. Along with the BTech students, I used to get those BTech students used to call me Obi. I stayed with the students. They wanted to give some special accommodation. I said I don't want. I want to stay with the students. I
Right.
enjoyed students. I enjoyed the whole my PhD. So the directors were my friend, professors were my friends, and all those things. So that's how I could complete my PhD. When the degree was given to me, the director was much younger than me.
Right.
If 2005 Texas BP incident, British Petroleum incident,
Right.
which has killed, I don't want to give the numbers. The report, Baker report, which I had given, one of the recommendations they have said, the operational engineers of process safety have forgotten academics,
Yes.
forgotten process safety fundamentals. The occupational safety performance, which is measured in terms of LTI,
Right.
which keep on reducing for many reasons. The process engineers, the leadership felt they are doing very well in process safety also. Some of the safety specialists mentioned your processes are not good. They've forgotten the parameters for measurement of occupational safety and process safety are different. Occupational safety, you talk LTA. Process safety, you talk about containment losses, loss of containment, LOC.
Right.
The measurement of process safety. Occupational safety could be addressed by anybody. Process safety is to be done by the specialists, process engineers. They have to understand the hazard, they have to understand the risk, they have to put the interventions. A lot I can talk on these things. The panel, Baker also recommended the operational engineers of British Petroleum should be sent to educational institute like MIT to educate themselves on process safety. And BP had sent people to MIT to educate them. The same example, when we were implementing process safety, we know DuPont was not, may not be capable, they themselves said,
Yes.
educational institutes are better. I talked to IIT Kharagpur. We got the process safety training courses here for 2-3 batches. So we have given competencies of the people in process safety. I did my PhD in IIT Kharagpur. Then I went to DuPont for 3 years. After completion, the director of IIT Kharagpur, PPC, Partha Chakravarti, and my guide, Professor Maiti, said, why don't you join IIT Kharagpur and help us to establish safety lab, safety education here. I said, I committed for DuPont. I'll be here for 3 years. And I'm involved in many projects. Afterwards, I'll come back. So as soon as I completed 3 years, I came to IIT Kharagpur as
Professor.
Visiting professor. In between, I was helping Professor Maiti in establishing safety analytics lab, which you have seen, Vikram,
Yes.
and many of the things in safety. In fact, IIT Kharagpur helped me in Tata Steel, a team of 3-4 people, Professor Tiwari, present director, Professor Maiti, Professor P.K. Ray, in many of the initiatives of safety at Tata Steel. Certain things I had taken help from these people. So that's why as soon as I completed my contract, I joined IIT Kharagpur. Okay. Let me tell you, after coming to IIT Kharagpur, after working for 2 years, I discovered a very interesting thing. My work in Tata Steel safety, I facilitated many improvements, not brought, I should not say. I have not really understood concept of safety. Surprised to hear this statement, no? People are confused between safety engineering and general engineering. I can tell many people who are in the safety field, they do not know this difference. The academics gives you exposure to many literature. Literatures talk about fundamentals theories.
Right.
You can buy it directly after going to many invitations, many people will see it. General engineering it talks about the function. Mechanical engineering on mechanical functions, electrical engineering on electrical functions. They design, they make everything. Even the safety factor they put is actually for the functional safety, functional requirement only. On the basis of functional requirement, they put the safety factor. Whereas safety engineering is different. Safety engineering is understanding your systems, total system, whatever there in the system. There are processes, there are work processes, there are equipment, there are technical process, there are human, there is environment, all these things. You understand the system thoroughly. In fact, they are the systems giving energy to drive the whole production, anything, energies. The same systems, also the source for hazard is nothing but the energy which is helping you, the material which is helping you, the human which is helping you, the environment which is helping you. If it has got potential to harm,
Right.
because they are energies, no?
Yes.
If they have potential to harm, then that harm may happen if you don't manage correctly. Correct? That's what Murphy said. Murphy said, the bad things, failures may happen one day.
Murphy's law.
Murphy's law. Hence, you design
Yeah.
equipments for the worst case scenarios. Same thing. These systems have potential energies created for your benefit,
Yes.
for your production. If they don't reach the source to destination in the designated path, as you
Right.
defined,
Right.
if they deviate from the path, then they will harm the people.
Right.
The deviation of the path is called hazard. Hazard is not created by God. Hazard is created by engineers like you who design the machines, systems, making production for your comfort.
How many stories are there in our Puranas which talks about the same concept?
Yeah, correct. So, how the hazards are coming out, you should understand how the potential energy can come out. What ways it can come out? What are the initiating mechanisms? And what consequence it can make?
Yes.
Then you have to put the interventions. These are
Right.
potential things, nothing happened.
Yes.
You have to put interventions, real interventions, to the potential hazards
Yes.
Right.
to make your system safe.
Yes.
So, understanding the system, assessing the hazards, calculating the risk means what can happen. So, what the probability of hazard coming out, what is the severity of hazard hitting you, the combination of these two. Whenever you say probability, a lot of mathematics are there, a lot of theories are there. That is the risk. The hazard making harm, this harm is measured by risk.
Yes.
If you calculate, understand hazard, calculate risk and sleep,
Yes.
nothing will happen. You have
Right.
to put the interventions
Yes.
and you have to manage that interventions.
Test.
Right.
They'll work, you should be healthy.
Yes.
This is all safety engineering.
Yes.
Safety is understood by the hazard assessment. Safety is measured by the risk. Unless you measure, you don't accept I am an engineer scientist. Unless you measure and tell me. So safety could be measured. If somebody says safety cannot be measured, as an academician, I will not agree. There are qualitative measurements, there are quantitative measurements. So this is the safety engineering. Understanding the systems, breaking the systems into system breakdown, understanding the hazards, understanding the hazard initiating mechanism, calculating the risk, understanding the risk and calculating the risk, putting the interventions, and maintaining the intervention. Suppose if I put positive energy isolation as an intervention,
Yeah.
and I slept, and things are slackened, people will get it.
So
you have to
basically,
measure.
the human action is also very important.
Yeah,
Like
human action.
so,
In the system breakdown, human is also there.
because we are seeing so many accidents happening, everybody is putting sensors, everybody is putting so many things. In hospitals, we have fire alerts, but still we are seeing so many accidents happen because they are not maintained.
Correct.
That is something that boils down to human. You can do a lot of things, you can bring in a lot of things, but until humans act on it, we cannot prevent an accident from happening. So we have to have human action as part of it.
We talk about the entropy risk model,
Right.
in which one of the factor is human.
Right.
If in the organization, if
Right.
an IIT graduate has to be put for strategy position, you put normal position, normal
Right.
person, he will take wrong strategies.
Right.
Or if a diploma holder has to be put as a technician for maintaining the thing, you don't have people diploma holder, you have put an ITI guy.
Right.
It is the deterioration. In fact, hazard comes out with the deterioration of these systems,
Right.
which you said. Deterioration of these systems are the root cause for the hazards coming out. This is safety engineering. So after my coming over here, I give so many lectures across the world. First, I'll explain what is safety, what is safety engineering, what is general engineering. On that only the whole thing moves. So my coming to IIT happened because of the request by the director and my guide. After coming here, I understood the fundamentals. In Tata Steel, we have huge data developed. I was very happy. I have a lot of data, lot of observation data, lot of incident data. I used to tell IIT people, why don't you do analytics? Analytics is different from analysis in one thing. Analytics analyze data on statistical principles and prediction they do. The analytics do prediction, analysis cannot do prediction.
True.
Right.
That is the difference. Analytics, if you do, it can predict. Analytics is based on the data only.
Yes.
If you have good data,
You will have a good prediction.
it predict correctly. Prediction is not, it will form a rule. It will tell a rule. If you don't have data, we have a consultancy from HPCL. They said, you predict the data for our safety, on safety data. What data they have? It's a petrochemical company. Maybe 1 or 2 incidents happen throughout the year. 2
Right.
incidents. The data which they have is some near misses, some incident, some serious incidents. What prediction people can make? If a child walks from one place to other, 10 times he will try to fall.
Right.
The mother who is observing the child, she will put hand on the right side. Husband feels, hey, why she is putting on the right side? She should have put on the left side. Mother knows this fellow, after falling after 9 times, he will fall on the right. Hence, for the 10th time, she will put her hand on the right side. That is the data. That is the prediction. She
Right.
predicts based on the 9 times data of these people.
True.
Similarly, nobody knows in this world, nobody wants to generate safety data, but they want prediction in safety. People predict business, finance, elections, everything.
Based on
But
it.
safety, people could not predict because the data which they collect is the rubbish data. The Tata Steel, what data we have collected all these years are not for prediction. When we have filtered, when we have cleaned the data, actual prediction data is not available.
Right.
People have to define every potential. The day I defined safety, hazard, risk, intervention, these things should come. Then we can predict.
Right.
People just write without these things. It is not the data. We tell industries how to generate good data, big data, very high velocity data, high variety data. The fluctuations in the process could be a safety data.
That's what your analytics department focus.
Yeah.
Very good.
In a hydraulic line, The sweating of the hydraulic pipe is data. If the sweating is happening continuously at many places, you can analyze what is the effect of the sweating, why it is coming. If that sweating persists, how the high pressure hose will fail. With the 200 bars high pressure hose, what harm it can make to the people. If you say only harm, if you forget about those sweating, it's not the data.
Yes.
Right.
Data is what is causing it. Data could be collected through CCTVs, what you said. Data could be collected to videos. Data could be collected through some audits. Data could be collected through potential analysis, potentially looking.
Yes.
Especially the process incidents, you will not get data by seeing it.
Yes.
Potentially, you have to engineering where you should look and come to, you will generate some data. All this data, continuously it should come. Then you will use some machine learning techniques.
Right.
You will train the machine. Some data will give it to the machine. It will become a training data. Based on the data, we'll ask machine to analyze the rest of the data. That is the machine learning techniques.
But this data problem that you are saying, we also face this issue.
Ready to see how India measures up in global safety standards? Let's dive in. In India, safety is more than a guideline. It's a commitment from top leadership down to the shop floor. We've seen how giants like Tata Steel have reinvented their safety protocols, and how visionaries like Dr. O.P. Krishna have revolutionized institutional safety frameworks. But hold on, this story is just beginning. How does India's progress in safety stack up against the rest of the world? What can we learn from developed nations, and what unique challenges do we face? Dr. Krishna's global insights will shed light on the contrasts and similarities in safety standards between developed and developing economies. From compliance teams to international protocols, we'll explore what makes safety a universal responsibility. So stay tuned as we shift gears and delve into the global safety landscape in Part 3. Let's continue the conversation and raise the bar together.